How you wanna get it, man? Get your tail, it's a different lane. When you playing for the winning team, RP to Mr. Wayne's. Bang, bang, we gon' win the game. Core crank, hit you with your pain.
I be spitting real, you be spitting backwash, yeah. So I'ma have to ask you all to back off. Hitters in my DMs try to hit me with the caps lock. Cause I'm always beastin' on the camera like the Sasquatch. Waiting till I blow, y'all gon' see me blast off, yeah. And y'all gon' see in front like that.
We got a fresh bottle of ceramic thick from Detail Co. We're gonna give it a real good shake to draw a line.
This week's product of the week is Detail Co.'s Ceramic Coating Thick. This is their longest lasting, super hydrophobic, and glossiest ceramic coating that they have available in their line. With its extreme slickness that doesn't fade away and up to 5 years of durability, it is suitable for application on exterior paintwork, painted wheels, and plastic trim. Even more, the coating is ready to go in 1 hour thanks to its moisture cure amino resins. If you don't have this, get yours today at thehouseofrags.com. KRIS 10 will save you some change. So today I'm going to be showcasing a new brand that just entered into the United States. It actually just dropped at thehouseofrags.com where they are carrying this brand exclusively. It is called Luminus out of South Korea. So I do want to remind you that this is a paid promotion. However, I purchased all of these products on my own with my own money, and the opinions are mine. I am so excited to try these products today. The one that we are going to showcase, or that I'm going to showcase, is the Luminus graphene spray. But thinking about all of these products and thinking about things that have been dropping lately, because the House of Rags is on fire. If you guys have not been to thehouseofrags.com, please get there quickly. They have some of the best brands, not just from the United States, not just locally, but globally. They are bringing in some powerhouse brands. Yum is one of them, a Novacar. We have Cleantol out of Poland. I believe it's Poland. Now we have Luminus out of South Korea. We have Co DIVA, which is also from Korea. Some great brands that are really well renowned in their areas coming to the States for us to use. And again, it really got me thinking, what gets you excited about trying a brand? We all have our tried and true products, those ones that we are grabbing for often. But when something hits the United States, when something is new, when something drops that you haven't heard of before, or something drops that, you know, has a product that you haven't tried, what makes you want to go out and try that product? What makes you want to go out and grab the whole line? What makes you excited about a detailing brand? That is something that I think is a great conversation. Please again, drop a comment and let's get started with the show. These are the products that we are going to use today in terms of this brand Luminus. I am only concentrating on the exterior, and again, the star of the show is this right here. This LM graphene spray, graphene ceramic spray coating. So we will get to that into a second. We are going to use the L pre-wash. Now they have an L pre-wash, which is alkaline. They have an S pre-wash, which is your acidic. And then they also have just a regular snow foam. Then they have their mint car shampoo. Today we're also going to be using their bug and tar remover. I'm also going to be using their Blaze Direct. So this is their RTU wheel and tire cleaner. This is the ready to use version. Now, right off the bat, what I do like about this brand is that if you can see right on them, there is like a level of stars. So this says detergency. It has the dilution ratio right up front, which is really nice. They're bug and tar remover. So again, you can see the level of detergency. Blaze Direct, the level of detergency. I think that that's really cool. Looking at their directions, there is obviously directions in Korean, but they also have them in English, which is really nice. That was one thing I was worried about, you know, in terms of branding. Are they going to have those directions in English? And they do. So let's get going with the video. So our first stage of cleaning is going to be with Luminus's L Pre-Wash 2.0. This is again an alkaline detergent. You can see that this car has that organic matter, those bug splatters, those bird droppings. There's probably some tree sap. There's definitely some road grime and a layer of dirt. You're going to use a pre-wash so that it reduces the swirl marks and the scratches, the possible marring that you could get if you came in with just a contact wash before trying to get that sacrificial layer of dirt off. Again, you can also see that there is an immense amount of stuck on bugs. These are not fresh. These have been on for about a week or more, so I'm interested to see what that bug and tar remover can do with the pre-wash in conjunction, hoping that they can give us a really good clean before the contact wash. So I'm going to start here with Luminus, their bug and tar remover. What I do want to talk about very quick is if you look at these sprayers here, you're going to see that this is a screen here. So this is for a foaming spray, and then if you open it up, that is for just your regular atomized spray. Again, I don't know what to expect or what kind of spray pattern we're going to get, but let's try it with the foaming spray pattern first. Okay, so there's the spray pattern. So this kind of reminds me a little bit of like Retire, if you've ever used CarPro Retire or the Vonix wheel and tire cleaner. It kind of has that foam that, you know, sticks. It's not a very atomized spray, so you're going to get more of a stream, but if you look at the way that that foam sticks, that's pretty impressive. I feel like you might use a lot of product that way. Is kind of what I'm feeling right here. Like I'm really having to spray it quite a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, you know, let's do a little test here. I'm going to spray half of this with the foam. Now, obviously, this is bug and tar, so there's no dilution necessary. So I'm going to kind of do that, and then I'm going to come over here to this side. I should have made a little more of a line there, but I'm just going to use the regular spray. So you see, ooh, that atomizes so nicely. So I'm going to come down here and see if this makes any bit of difference. But if you look, guys, look at that. I mean, that foam, that dwell time is pretty insane. So we have the foaming, and then down here we have just the spray. Let's get it foamed over. Guys, so let's look at this foam. That's 1 to 20. I mean, I wouldn't call it shaving cream, but it definitely gives you a nice, rich lather. It is about 94 degrees outside today, but there is a nice breeze. So I'm going to let this dwell as long as I can. But the consistency of the soap is pretty nice for 30 mils, guys. 30 mils out of a liter bottle. I'm impressed. The smell, it's not strong, but it just smells like a cleaning soap. It smells fresh, almost like a laundry fresh, almost like a downy scent. That's kind of what I'm getting from it. But you can still see, hopefully you can catch that on camera. You can just see some of those bugs just melting away. Little to no agitation, and you guys, these bugs have been stuck on. So it'll be interesting to see once we wash it off. But if you can see here, just that discoloration, because that the pre-wash as well as the bug remover is just melting away. Okay, so obviously we don't want it to dry on the paint. Again, 94 degrees. There's a little bit of a breeze, but it's still warm. So I see it kind of falling off there on the sides. Let's get it rinsed. Okay, give me a sec. I gotta show you this. Okay, now if you remember in the clip before, that pre-wash just annihilated those bugs. I mean, You guys, that's impressive. So if you can tell, I saved the front end for last here because I wanted, again, the most dwell time. This is a part that's kind of more in the shade, so I was okay with doing that. But I want to see, you guys, how much of these bugs, because once again, you can see there's a lot of them, right? I want to see what this pre-wash does. Pretty impressive so far. So let's look. Okay, so on the wheels today, we are going to be trying the Blaze Direct. This is the RTU version of the Concentrate Blaze Wheel and Tire Cleaner. This looks like it has a maximum detergency, so I'm expecting some real good cleaning power. I'm going to use this as kind of a touchless today. Well, I shouldn't say kind of, as a touchless. I'm not going to agitate. They're not completely hammered because if you all know me, you know that I love to wash wheels, and I try to keep mine looking okay, but they haven't been washed, you know, in about a week, so they have, you know, a nice layer of dirt on them. So we're going to see what this does. I don't necessarily like that because I feel like you have to use a lot of product because it kind of just adheres to one section. So you really have to use a lot. I'm going to use the atomizer now, and I actually really like that spray pattern. Oh, that kind of hit me. Look at that dirt though. I did get a little in the throat, but man, immediate. Immediate. Look at that. That's pretty. Look at that. I mean, just melting away. Melting away that dirt. That's pretty impressive. Okay, let's rinse. Here we go. Look at that. Pretty impressive. Wow. So normally I would rinse foam. I am so impressed with that pre-wash that I'm not going to. I am just going to come in with the contact wash. Now, I'm not telling you that this is what you should do. This is personal preference. This is, in my opinion, rinse foam is a great method. If that is your standard, then go for it. I am so impressed with this pre-wash that I'm gonna say I can go ahead and hit it with the contact wash. Now, the front end of my car, you saw it really needed that pre-soak, that pre-foam. It needed the bug and tar remover. The other parts of my car were not so bad. There was a light film of dust, but nothing that I don't think that pre-wash took care of or didn't take care of. So I'm okay with coming in. Now I've used mint. You can also see, you guys, that there is another little cameo here. Perfectly safe brush. We're gonna give this a try today. But I have 1 ounce of mint in the bucket. You can already see the foam. Feels good. Smells like mint. It is more strong out of the bottle. I don't smell it so much in the bucket, but it's like a spearmint. So literally mint, like double mint gum, remember? Double mint twins. Impressive. 1 ounce. So I know some of you are already looking at this video and just cringing at the fact that I'm using this type of brush on my vehicle, but I promise you this new brush by DIY Detail that was graciously sent to me by Ivan, it is such a treat to use. If you've ever used the green flag tip brush, this is even softer. I know it seems like a gimmick possibly, but it really is effective and it is safe, and I really enjoyed using it. Now, in terms of the mint soap, I can tell you that it is definitely not as slick as some of the other soaps that I've used, and I really do not like the smell. It really did start to linger the more and more that I used it. This is a cleaning soap. It definitely cleans, but it is not as slick as soaps like Soft Wash or Yum Wash or Clean by Pan or Rogue. It is a great soap, again, if you want that cleaning soap, but in terms of slickness, I give it about on a scale of 1 to 5, about a 3. It was a pleasant experience, but I would probably put it in my top, 4 or 5 in terms of washes. It's definitely not replacing my number 1, 2, or 3. Stay tuned for a comprehensive video that I will be doing on the Perfectly Safe brush. I can't wait to showcase all of its uses. Okay, so next we are going to do an iron remover. Now I am using DIY Detail's iron remover and their new quad towel. Now, just like Ivan and Nick said on the live that they did, this literally does fold itself. I did have issues with the first one keeping it folded. I always ended up using it like this, and I just don't think it was that efficient. This seriously seems much more efficient. I mean, literally, you just hold it and can you already see that fold? It's pretty magical. Now, I am only going to be doing the hood of my car because I actually have another video coming up where I am going to be showcasing a bunch of different spray coating. I'm going to obviously use Luminus today, but again, just on the hood of my car. So let me turn you around. So just like Ivan states, you have your perforated synthetic clay towel. You're going to do one spray, full spray on the towel, and then one spray on the panel. Okay, so the spray coating comes in a nice box. It's nicely packaged. It has the application method on the back. Let's open it up. So what I see is right away 2 sprayers, which means that this will brick your car if not used correctly. Here is the bottle. Okay, so very nice logo. LM graphene spray coating, high gloss. High slick, chemical resistance, super hydrophobic, and max durability. Says 6 months. It says it right there on the bottle. Once it is opened, I believe you have 6 months to a year, maybe a year of shelf life, or maybe 6 months. 6 months to a year. I'll have to double check on that. But pretty good life of the coating. Whatever leveling towels you're going to use, you probably want to throw away or immediately put in rinseless and wash. But again, when you get 2 sprays, this is a graphene spray coating, you can pretty much attest to the fact that if not used properly, you are going to come up with some high spots, some things that might not easily be taken care of, and that is between you and God, as Eddie would say. So let's go ahead and give this a try. I love their logo. Kind of reminds me of like an Iron Man vibe. I'm not sure why. So it says to, after cleaning the application surface, spray the product on a dry paint or surface. We got that done. Buff until the residue disappears. So we're going to be looking for a haze. Do not dry before buffing. Do not use on hot surfaces. We got that covered. And do not wash the car within 7 days. So it says not to get wet within 12 hours, I believe. So what we are going to do is we are going to do exactly as it says because we follow directions. So we're going to spray the product on a paint surface, and then we are going to buff off with our level 1 towel and then come back in for a final buff with our final level towel. So here we go. Remember to unlock it there. There's that little trigger to unlock. Okay, so I've sprayed it. You're going to see a bit of a haze. You don't want to let it dry. So then you're going to come back in and wipe off or buff. And then come back in with your buffing towel. And it's as easy as that. You guys, this is super simple to use. It is slick. Look at that. Now, I know that it's probably hard to see, but there is a distinct difference between this panel and this one. The gloss factor is already, wow. Okay, so let's keep going here. That might have been too much, way too much. On. So you're going to come in and spread it with your leveling towel here. And I'm going to overlap in these areas as to not get any high spots. On, buff off. Smell is not bad. No, I didn't sniff the product. Make sure to wipe well. Let's do our last panel here. Again, I'm only working with my hood because I am going to come in on a different video and test a bunch of different ceramic sprays. So this one is what will be on my hood. There you have it, you guys. That gloss is pretty wild. I applied yesterday the Luminus graphene spray. I wanted to come in today with a showing of what the hydrophobics looked like. With the graphene spray, you are supposed to wait at least 12 hours until it hits water, and then 7 days before you do a contact wash. So we're going to take a look at the hydrophobics here and see what it looks like. good. Okay guys, so pretty impressive here. I changed the tip on my pressure washer. And just evacuates that water so beautifully. I mean, you guys, that's dry. Look at that. Wow. Impressive. Impressive. So my final thoughts, that wheel and tire cleaner, literally doing God's work over here. Pre-wash, I'll pre-wash you guys. This is going to be a holy grail in my routine from here on out. This pre-wash, this was at 1 to 20. The fact that it just helped that bug and tar remover melt those bugs, the clean time, I mean that foam, it wasn't shaving cream, but it adhered to that paint. Didn't have any issues with streaking. This is a cleaner. The Luminus graphene spray coating was a breeze to use. A couple sprays on the panel, wipe and buff. Super simple, there is nothing to it. Warm out here, again 94 degrees. It's not super humid, but you know, it is hot, and I had no issues with it. Again, no streaking, no high spots that I saw. So from what I have used so far for the first time, I am super pleased. This is another great brand that has come to the House of Rags. If you have not tried Luminus, put it in your basket, get it in that cart. Kristen will save you some change. And you guys, that's all. Thank you. Until I see you again, bye.